Spooky season may be over, but we'll suck it dry, and that means binging on thrilling shows that make us break out in cold sweats. There's no shortage of them on television, and even the most harmless shows sometimes have one scary scene that comes out of nowhere. If they give us the heebie-jeebies, imagine what they do to the cast. So today, we're rounding up such TV scenes that terrified actors in real life. To begin with, Sabrina's Toddy thought she might be messing with real spirits. If the show's name is The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, you better believe it'll give you the chills. It spooked not only viewers, but the actors starring in them too. They had to film its hair-raising scenes again and again. That too, at real-life locations, right out of a horror movie. Toddy Gabrielle might be a witch on screen, but in real life, she's a mortal too. That's why some shoots scared the daylight out of her. One resurrection scene in particular required the cast to walk into a forest, stand on a candlelit pentagram, and chant spells. And did we mention, at night, when it's pitch black in there? Yikes. To make matters worse, Netflix went all out, taking a page out of real, alleged spell books and enacting their rituals, so using real spells. Wait, what? Okay, we want accuracy, but not the black magic kind. What if they really call out dark forces? That was Gabrielle's fear. While reciting the spells over and over again, the American actress felt she was actually summoning dark spirits. She later confessed to Collider that it totally freaked her out. Who knows? A demon followed her home. The poor girl was constantly on edge, worried some dark force would attack her out of the shadows. Coming up, Jorah's fight scenes in Game of Thrones. GOT was brimming with violent fight scenes and brutal murders. Shooting them could likely go seriously wrong at any moment. One miss, and it's someone's actual neck. Even if they used props and choreographed fights, we know accidents totally happen. For Ian Glenn, playing a spy/knight meant constant duels and battles for Ian Glenn. Now, the interesting bit is he actually loves stage fighting, but one scene nearly became too much for him. While filming Ser Jorah's massive gladiatorial scene, Glenn was super intimidated. It was on such a large scale, with blows and blades surrounding him from all sides. Taking on multiple opponents at the same time increased the risk of accidents. And Ian won't lie, he felt pretty fearful. But all is fine that ends fine. No matter how stressful the filming was, everyone would agree it came out magnificently. Now, the Scottish star looks back fondly and proudly towards it. And Ser, you totally should. Let's talk about a day of drowning for Stranger Things Francesca. Remember that scene in season 3 when Eleven was in a telepathic trance? She stumbled on the lifeguard Heather submerged in an ice bath, begging for help. Well, Elle couldn't save her, and Heather was dragged down to unknown depths, to both her and our horror. That scene was petrifying from start to finish for the actress playing the lifeguard, Francesca Reale. First, Francesca had to spend an entire day drowning in the tub. Of course, the version we see is just a couple of minutes, but there are often hours-long shoots behind it. Then, it didn't get any better. The creators had to make the bottom of the pool black to give the illusion of being bottomless, but the illusion was scary as heck for Reale. She hated any body of water that has a black bottom, so for her, the scene was genuinely battling her worst nightmare. Can you imagine swimming in a pool like that and suddenly being pulled under? It would give anyone the fright of their lives. Moving on, Victoria Pedretti scared herself in The Haunting of Hill House. Let's be real, Victoria Pedretti is the scream queen. Her knack for being super eerie, creepy, and menacing is unparalleled. Hello, remember Love From You? Before brushing up her psychopath skills, she's been scaring us in the acclaimed Netflix series The Haunting. In its first season, Hill House, she plays a ghost named Nell. Hear this. In one scene, the actress was such a spine-chilling ghost that she startled herself and the cast. The shot was about Nell's sisters driving to the mansion and fighting. Ah, siblings. But the heart-lurching moment was when Victoria suddenly burst between their seats, screaming and shrieking. Man, that's why we have a love-hate relationship with jump scares. They scare you so well, you totally mess up your heartbeat. Interestingly, the director told her to pop earlier than the other cast expected, so naturally, the suddenness and loudness scared the crap out of everyone. And yes, including Nell herself. Pedretti said, "I knew it was happening, and I screamed at myself. You know you're the spookiest ghost if you manage to frighten yourself." Not to mention, a terrifying hug for Mindhunter's Jonathan Groff. Can hugs be frightening? If they're coming from a serial killer, you bet your lives they are. The Netflix show Mindhunter was based on real-life serial killers and how the FBI tried to figure out their motives. Groff played a serial killer investigator, Holden Ford, based on a real-life FBI agent. His target, Ed Kemper, a killer portrayed alarmingly well by Cameron Britton. To raise the bar, the show's director kept Britton away from the entire cast for more meaningful scenes. And boy did it work. The intensity of the scene was through the roof. In one scene, when Ed hugged Holden, Jonathan became genuinely terrified. He was so freaked out that hair stood in the back of his his neck. What's more, the actor revealed that even sitting in the room with Cameron gave him goosebumps. Of course, the killer's history garners such a reaction. He was known for dismembering many victims, including his own mother and grandparents. And that's not all. Kemper had a super high IQ, so the manner in which he described his crimes was utterly horrifying. Cam's acting made all that seem insanely real, and John felt he was sharing space with an actual serial killer. Up next, chased by a horrifying clown in American Horror Story, it's a no from Emma Roberts. If there's one thing it has told us, it's that clowns can be downright creepy and deadly, and there was no shortage of such terrifying clowns on American Horror Story Freak Show. In fact, its startling jokers, Twisty and Dandy, broke our screens even before Pennywise did. Hear this. Those two maniacs sent chills down Emma Roberts' spine, especially because one of them had to chase her through a forest at 4 in the morning. It doesn't matter if Roberts filmed around them every day. You're bound to feel frightened when they're in the scary disguise. Add in the thrill of the chase, and your body doesn't know it's all fake. Your completely natural response will be feeling fear as adrenaline pumps through your veins. So, when we see Emma in that scene, there's not much acting involved. It's her genuine reaction, and who would blame her? What's more, a potential supernatural moment in AHS Coven Sacred Gabore Sidibe. Speaking of American Horror Story, Emma wasn't its only victim. It also spooked Gabore, but real spirits were involved this time, allegedly. Gab portrayed a spirit medium, Queenie, in AHS Coven. In its 12th episode, she had to recite a Latin spell to meet the spirit world's gatekeeper. As soon as she did that, all hell broke loose slowly. First, the light fixture above her started to shake, and Sidibe could not move. Okay, it may be just nerves. Let's move on to the rest of the scene. As they continued, the light suddenly crashed, and Gabore started to feel worse. This time she felt a finger moving from her chin to her lips, and her lips swelled. What on earth is going on? Wait, it gets worse. A makeup artist took the actress to a nearby trailer for medical treatment. That's when they started hearing scratching. Thankfully, they stopped once the artist said a prayer. But Sidibe was hellbent on not reciting the Latin words again. Unfortunately, she had no choice but to do so, because no other person could get the delivery right. Now, her top lip swelled. Although she managed to film the scene, the star said these spells are no joke. Finally, Rutina Wesla was buried alive in True Blood. Being buried alive is the worst fear of many folks, and Rutina had to go through it. In True Blood, her character Tara died saving Suki, so they buried her, hoping to revive her as a vampire. The entire experience was horrific for Wesley. She felt them throwing dirt at her, and it nearly gave her a panic attack. But she was a corpse, and they don't move. The actress summoned her entire strength not to hyperventilate. She says her heartbeat was insanely fast, and she might have even swallowed some of the dirt. Now that's dedication. Luckily, it paid off and looked amazing on screen. Even though it was incredibly daunting for her, Rutina was ultimately happy it turned out great. And that's a wrap. Did we miss any scenes? Let us know in the comments below. If you liked the video, don't forget to press like and share it. Subscribe to our channel for more content similar to this, and we'll see you in the next one.